In my opinion, this is the perfect way to start learning about Arduino. It's called Boardotron Uno Learning Shield that attaches to any Arduino Uno compatible board to have a bunch of common components already connected so we can experiment without having to deal with wires that can be annoying and even confusing for beginners. The box includes the Uno Learning Shield, an Arduino Uno clone that has an USB-C connector, which is much better than the original Arduino Uno that uses a big USB-B connector. And the box also includes the USB-C cable. The shield has two LEDs, red and blue, one RGB LED that can show any color, push buttons, one potentiometer with a knob, an OLED display, a speaker, one temperature and humidity sensor, a thermistor that can also sense temperature, a light sensor, and one IR receiver to allow controlling Arduino using a standard remote control. The board shows the pin where each component is connected. The website has useful example codes to make everything as easy as possible. My favorite example is the full demo that utilizes all the components. It displays the temperature and humidity coming from this sensor. Here's the analog value from the potentiometer from 0 to 1023. The analog value from the light sensor indicating the amount of light it receives. To the right we have the temperature coming from the thermistor over here. And finally it shows the value of the RGB LED, although right now it is off. The button 1 turns the red LED on and toggles the blue LED. Button 2 activates the RGB LED and it makes a sound. We can control the color of the RGB LED with the potentiometer. Button 1 also turns the RGB LED off. While holding the button 1, the board enters to a learning mode that if it receives a signal from a remote control, it will store it to allow controlling the LEDs through the button of the remote control. That feature is disabled after pressing button 2, so we need to reset the board. That's a limitation from the libraries. Hold button 1 and press any remote control. Now we can control the LEDs remotely. And it can remember the remote control button even after powering the board off. All this will allow anyone starting with Arduino to play with the code and understand the concept easily. Give it a try and let's see what you can do with it. Cheers!